everybody, welcome back. So for today's video I am filming this and uploading it on the same day because the Love Island final is quickly approaching and I want to film this before the end of Love Island. So I'm gonna get to it. So I'm just doing I don't know how to describe it, my honest opinion on Love Island as a whole, the franchise, the TV sort of antics, the people and everything like that. So my opinions, and then I'm also going to answer some questions that people have given me. So yeah, but I'm going to start on my opinions first, then go on to questions. I am definitely a huge fan of Love Island. I'm just going to throw that out there. I live for it. I love it. I lap it up. It's amazing. I think it's great to watch. It's pure entertainment. But there are definitely some very negative things about Love Island that, even though I love watching the show, I can't pretend I don't recognise and identify, because that's just not fair. And the things I also don't personally like about it, even though I love the show, I don't like the fact that they seem to put the same sort of people in. They don't tend to send anybody different in, it's always got the same sort of physique and stuff like that, and I don't really like that. I think they should send in also all sorts of people, normal people, not just super toned models, because that's not what it's about, because it makes it look like if you want to find love on Love Island, you've got to look a certain way, and I don't think that's right at all, in my opinion. Everyone's entitled to one. And also I just think it makes everyone watch the show and think, oh, I've got to look like that, because I'm guilty of that. I've definitely looked at it and go, oh well, they look amazing, why can't I look like that? I've gone through things like that, and it must sound ridiculous, but I think it's easy for everyone to get caught up in that they look amazing, but everyone looks amazing. You don't have to be that shape or that size to look amazing. And I think Love Island throws a big problem with body confidence. That's one thing. And also is the fact that everyone knows parts of the show are rigged. It's so obvious. It is so obvious. The lie detector, that, there's no solid proof. No one from Love Island's come out with a statement, because they wouldn't. And I know Amber Davies from last year said it's not fake, it's completely 100% real. I personally think it's so rigged. And also the voting is being put on online, in online newspapers. Newspapers have their online apps. On Snapchat you have the selection, and it shows, obviously you can't believe everything you read, but it does sound quite realistic, because it says that when you vote in, say if I was to vote and everyone else that votes is a member of the public, the producers and the main people that run the show can twist it to the result that they want, which I think's awful, because the whole point about getting the public to vote in about their favourite couple, or the least compatible, or the ones they think that should be dumped, or that sort of thing, should be how it, because you ask for a public vote, so why would you ask for a public vote and then twist it how you want it? Because they literally just want TV ratings. They want it to be up with the most popular TV show, which obviously is obvious that they'd want that, but it just feels like you're watching something and you think, is my vote actually going to be taken into consideration? What's the point? But yeah, and I just feel because you're in, you only see an hour's worth of the whole day, or whatever, or however long it is. I only see an hour, and that's cut down massively. And the amount of scenes, and say scenes, the amount of things they cut out, and conversations, and when Rosie and Adam had their, when Rosie confronted Adam for his actions, they were diabolical, they were awful, but they had their conversation, and they literally cut that. That was a 30-minute conversation down to 10, so we didn't really hear the ins and outs. And that's why I think it's bad when people judge the Islanders to a certain extent, because we don't see it all. We're not actually there, we're not witnessing it all for ourselves, we're just seeing what the producers want us to see. But obviously we can form our own opinions on people of what we do see, and then find out whether they're true when they come out. But there's definitely Islanders that I didn't like that have gone now, and ones I still don't like now, or my opinions have changed massively. But yeah, I think they're the main things, that you don't see everything, and that's what I think some people forget. But yeah, and I just think it's really bad for body confidence mainly. I think that's the main stigma around the Love Island, because you just feel like you have to look like that, And like some people will think, well, I want to apply to go into Love Island Villa because that'd be amazing, but because of my shape, because of my size, they might not let me in, which I think's ridiculous. I think it's absolutely insane. But yeah. Now I'm going to go on to questions because I got some good ones. I love the new feature on Instagram where you can type something and then people ask questions. Now, this was being a pretty popular question because it was probably one of the most significant events, one of them, on Love Island this year, and it's opinion on Wes and Megan. Now, when Megan came in, I never really, let's say clicked, because you can't really click with someone that you only see on the TV, but you know, as a viewer, you sort of go, yeah, I like her, like Danny. I love Danny. I absolutely love her. I think they're lovely, Danny and Jack. Classic, you know. Probably you've heard so many people say that over social media and YouTube, but I love Danny and Jack. I feel like they are so bubbly and you can connect with them watching them on TV, but Megan I always found quite cold. I don't know, I'm not saying she's a cold person, but just how the TV's presented her, but that could also be down to the producers, like it's not all her fault at all. But the one thing I don't like that people have done towards Megan, they've targeted her appearance because of the work she's had done. But what people forget is if someone wants to have stuff done to their face or stuff done to their body, that's their choice. They shouldn't have to feel like they're going to get judged and like trolled and bullied and ambushed over social media. I think it's absolutely awful. Like, I might not like her, but I'm not going to start judging her on how she looks or how she's chosen to look. And the pictures of like before and afters that have been floating around the internet of her face, and the comments people are making, like tragically 2016 Sophie that was on Love Island passed away, and the amount of people that trolled her as well, and you would think people would learn from that tragedy not to judge other people. I think that's repulsive. I don't think Megan deserves that at all. I don't think anyone deserves that. No matter how much you dislike them, you should never ever make comments on someone's appearance. But I personally just don't like her on Love Island. I think she's always had an ulterior motive. And the fact that she suddenly liked Wes, like I think they're a lot more genuine now, further on down the line. But I think initially I just thought it was really sort of like, are you sure? But I think now Wes and Megan are great. I don't want them to win by any stretch, but I think they are a really good couple, and I think they could last. I don't know, because no one can really call these things. But I think they could last because they seem, Wes I think is so genuine. People might not agree with me, but I think he's more genuine than Megan in this relationship. But I do think she has feelings for him. I don't know whether she loves him. But the only people that actually know how they feel in that villa are the islanders. They know how they feel, and whether they're portraying themselves genuinely or if they're just trying to get to the finish line to earn themselves 50 grand, who knows. My favourite couple, now I was going to say Alex and Alexandra, but that's I love Alexandra, absolutely love her. I'm subscribed to her YouTube channel. I didn't even realise she had one. But yeah, like I really like Alexandra, and I did like Alex, but I think he's really screwed himself over, and I think that's really sad to say because he's probably, everybody said he was the Camilla of this year's Love Island. Like he's a bit more subdued, he's a bit more reserved and not going into things all guns blazing, sort of like Camilla was. But Camilla, although she was sometimes portrayed, like people thought of her as a bit like, oh for goodness sake, like, but I think Alex has just taken that to a new extreme. The fact that he kept changing his mind, he was mucking about with her head, and I don't think that was fair at all. And I think the way he treated her was ridiculous. I think, yeah, I think he's portrayed himself in a very ungenuine fashion, to be honest. I don't think he's very real. I'm sure he's a lovely person outside of the villa, but in the villa he's not portrayed himself in a good way at all, especially with the Alex and Alexandra thing. And then another question was, how do you feel, like your opinions on him stringing her along? And he kept saying he wasn't stringing her along, that's why they had that conversation. But on the date in the Ferrari, he said he couldn't, like he wanted to look forward to what they could do in like outside the villa, to carry on dating. He was kissing her, all of that, showing the general affection, and then suddenly, literally 2 hours after the date, he's like, I'm not feeling what I should be feeling. And that really portrays him in a really negative light. And maybe his feelings did go like, actually no, you know what, but the fact that it was after a date that he said went really well, although half the time he was just raving about the car. But you know, I just feel like he really hasn't helped himself. Like he was one of the public's favourites. I'm sure he still is in most cases, but he was the one, like Camilla, that everyone wanted him to find someone. And he found someone, well, he found quite a few, but he found Alexandra, and he just, I don't know, I think he's been fake. He has shown fake actions and ungenuine actions on the show. I'm not saying that's how he is in like day-to-day life, but on the show he really hasn't portrayed himself well, in my opinion. Who would you couple up with? So I think, I don't know, because I'm thinking about previous islanders as well. Like, I think everyone will go for Adam, and don't get me wrong, looking at him, he's like Greek god, but his personality, especially with the first two girls he was with, Kendall and Rosie, he was awful. I could not stand him. He was so rude. He mucked with their heads, especially Rosie. Like, there were like mental health organisations that were really badly accusing him and judging him for the way he was treating the girls in the villa. But I don't know whether I'd say he was that extreme, I'm going to be honest, but who knows. I'm not a professional in that, but I thought his actions were very cocky, very arrogant, and I just think, you know, but he found Zara, and he actually started showing people that maybe he had found the one, and then obviously he got with Daryl in Casa Amor, and then said, oh no, actually this has shown me I really like Zara. Okay then, but they're happy, like they seem really happy, but I would initially, like looks wise, potentially go for Adam. I would have initially, like if I was there in this lineup and I stepped forward, I would have stepped forward for Alex. No hesitation of a doubt, because he just seemed so lovely, and I think he was lovely at the beginning, but then I think he got a bit cocky went like through as he got further into the show, I'm not gonna lie, but initially, first off, like straight off the bat, I would have gone for Alex. Further on, I think I really liked the look of Frankie. I think Frankie seemed really lovely, and he was so genuine, and just him and Samira are couple goals. But yeah, so initially Alex, and then further on, I like Frankie. I don't like Josh and Kaz, to be honest, actually. I think they're probably my joint worst couple alongside Alex and Alexandra, because I just don't like Josh. I think he's so arrogant, and Kaz is, I think she's stunning and lovely, but yeah, I don't like them at all, to be honest. Any fake couples? Yes, I think Alex has portrayed himself in a very fake way. I think Josh is actually quite like ungenuine and fake because of how he treated Georgia, and then just the way he is, and the way he made that comment about makeup, like he said he was joking. I don't find that funny, and Kaz didn't find that. I think that made her think, whoa, hang on, and I didn't find that funny at all. I think he's just so arrogant. My favourite single I wish, if there's any islanders I wish that could have stayed on, Eyal. I loved Eyal so much. Like, he reminded me so much of Kem in a way. I think that's what people realise, like Kendall looks so much like Katie from 2016. Eyal reminded everyone of Kem, and it's just like, it's crazy. But yeah, I really wish Eyal had stayed on longer. I personally felt Hayley was, I couldn't stand her. I'm sure she's lovely in real life, but on the show I could not stand her. You always have that one person you're like, and she was that one for me. I just couldn't. I could not get my head around her at all. I just thought she was so two-faced. I felt she was really sort of like up herself, and no, I didn't like her. But as I said, I'm sure they're not like this in real life, just the way they portrayed themselves, and also the way the producers portrayed them, which sort of makes you think, well, you can't really judge them really, but you know, just from like initial things. But yes, so that is everything, my honest roundup of Love Island. I never thought I could love this season more than last season, like with Chris, Olivia, Amber, Kem, Gabby, Marcel, all of that. I never thought it could beat it, but it has 110%. So yeah, I love it. Even though I've had like my issues with it and things I don't agree with it, I will still continue to watch it, which might sound bad, but it's just good. It's good to watch. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know about your opinions on Love Island, your favourite couples, who you'd like to win, in the comments down below, and I'll see you in my next vlog or video, whichever one you watch first. Bye.